can stop me now.
Whip it, and bring the juice.
There we go. What's going on, y'all? You already know what time it is. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but hey, you already know what time it is. It is time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on social media. And at the at the end of the day, you will know whose game this is with everybody saying no mercy sport. Yeah. Now, I hope everybody out there is having an awesome Friday today. It is Friday. Stay safe. But please have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do is basically what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, all you need to do is feel loosey, baby. That's it. Now, if you tuned in last night for the Villains podcast, man, what an awesome show. We had, I want to say, almost 150 viewers that tuned in. Shout out to every single one of y'all. Love y'all. But, you know, hey, this tonight, and I said it last night too, tonight might be the shortest, longest episode in the history of this show since I rebooted it back in 2021. Ooh, is it a good one tonight? And I cannot wait for it. But the ending segment is basically going to be 2 top 5 lists. One of them is going to grind your gears the wrong way. And I cannot wait. But damn it, Emily! Or I should say, damn it, JB! She made an AI pick, and damn it, I can't even be mad at it. But again, if you tuned into last night's show, you know what this comment means. But hey, you already know how the game works. Be sure to click one of the 2 links in the description of this video. If you're looking for some new merchandise, be sure to click on the tab or click on the link that says Linktree No Mercy Sports and click the tab that says TrueVictory.com. They are veteran-owned, veteran-operated. And man, oh man, do they have some awesome apparel. Whether it's t-shirts, gym bags, accessories, the list goes on and on. Once you have found what you're looking for, when you get to checkout, be sure to use code No Mercy Sports 15 for 15% off your entire purchase. Or maybe fitness is your game. So click on the link that says Linktree Fit for Life Fitness and click on the tab that says the best at-home workout programs available. Man, oh man, was I crapping on Beachbody for so freaking long. They since changed their name to Body. That's Body Bravo Oscar Delta India. But man, oh man, was I crapping on them for so freaking long. I have since then done Insanity and Insanity the Asylum. They are legit. They are the real goddamn deal. But hey, I'll tell you what, they have every workout program you can think of. Whether you're a beginner, whether you're well into your fitness journey and you want to push yourself, you know, basically intermediate level, or you are looking for that extra push. You are at that expert level and you are looking for that extra push to just go beyond. You know what I'm saying? So when you click on the tab that says best at-home workout programs available, when you sign up, be sure to use code James K Body. That's James K Bravo Oscar Delta India for 15% off when you sign up. I'm telling you right now, when you sign up for Body, you will not regret it. The workout programs that they have are insane. But oh, am I excited for tonight's episode. Why? Because my pettiness level is about to be taken to a level that would make Eminem, 50 Cent, and even Kendrick Lamar proud. Why? Because I came with receipts, y'all. And man, oh man, when we get into one of the top 5 lists that I have for tonight's show, oh, is it going to be a good one? And I cannot wait. But until then, we got a few things that we need to talk about. It's going to be it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a fun time. Let's get into it. Let me talk to you. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. And man, oh man, like I said, I'm feeling OC today. Because, like I said, the two top 5 lists that I have for tonight's show may steer you the wrong way, but for one of them, I came with fucking receipts. That's not an insult. That is just a fact of life. But before we get into the 2 top 5 lists that I have brought to this show, let's talk some baseball real quick. Let's talk some baseball. Look, the AL and NL West are crazy divisions right now. Not only are the Athletics, yes, the same goddamn Athletics that moved out of Oakland and are currently playing in Sacramento in a minor league stadium. Not only are they battling with the Mariners for first place in the AL West, but the Diamondbacks are currently in second place right now, 6.5 games back from the Dodgers. Call me crazy, but the Diamondbacks are hot on the Dodgers trail right now. Or hot on the Dodgers tail right now. Can the Athletics find their way back into first in the AL West, and can the Diamondbacks or Padres continue to stay hot on the Dodgers' tail for first in the NL West? Look, I'm going to be real with you right now. The fact that the Athletics of all teams, the Athletics, the Oakland Athletics, the same Athletics team where the owner said, hey, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just ship them up out of Oakland and move to Vegas like the Raiders did. I'm going to tell you right now, if the Athletics continue to keep doing what they're doing, we could very well see, much like the Washington football team when they made it to the playoffs in, I want to say 2020, when Taylor Heineke essentially gave Tom Brady a run for his money. We could very well see the Athletics be in the same goddamn position. But what we got? Well, thanks for the heads up, Emily. But Jesus, Mary and Joseph, did you really have to put that picture in the goddamn group chat? But like I was saying, if the same Athletics team that is currently playing right now, they are currently 2 games under 500 right now. The Mariners are right now in first place. And I want to say they have about a half game lead over the Athletics. And that is crazy right now. Because if anything, it's absolutely crazy. I really think that if the Athletics continue to keep playing the same baseball that they're really playing right now, we really could see them for a AL West title contender, or even we could see them as a wild card team, which would be absolutely insane. Now, on to the NL West. The Dodgers are obviously the team to be because they are the back-to-back defending World Series champions. Right now, the 2 teams on the Dodgers' tail are the Padres and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Man, oh man. Honestly, I really thought that with how the season started for the Diamondbacks, they were going to kind of spiral out and just essentially be in the same position that the San Francisco Giants and Colorado Rockies are currently in the NL West. But then the Diamondbacks woke up and started playing the same baseball that got them to the World Series 3 years ago against the Texas Rangers. And honestly, most of the work has really got to go to Ketel Marte, because we all know that Geraldo Perdomo ain't going to be doing shit anytime soon, because he'd rather watch that ball go right by him. If you watch the WBC, you know what I'm talking about. But honestly, look, baseball is a marathon, not a sprint. We will see what happens as everything winds down. Man, oh man, it's going to be a fun one. There is a reason that baseball is 162 games long. I cannot wait to see what fucking happens for the remainder of the season, or even as we approach the All-Star break, because after the All-Star break, that's when winning baseball games really matters. But speaking of the Arizona Diamondbacks, let's talk about them. Like I said, it looked like that they were going to be in the same position that the Giants and Rockies are currently in the NL West. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, they decided to wake up and start playing the baseball that got them to the World Series 3 years ago. Really hard to believe that the World Series that the Diamondbacks were in was 3 years ago. In any case, can the Diamondbacks keep their momentum going and stay in contention in the NL West? I honestly think they really can stay in contention. They have a seriously young and very talented team going for them right now. You got Zach Gallen as a pitcher. You got Corbin Carroll. You got Ketel Marte. I'm pretty sure. What's his name? Not Perdomo. I mean, yeah, Perdomo is obviously part of the roster. Oh my God, what the fuck is his name? This might figuratively kill me. But look, the Diamondbacks have a very solid roster. There's no denying that. They just, unfortunately, their competition is against the LA Dodgers right now. The highest team, they're the best team in baseball right now with the highest payroll. And obviously it's showing. But I really think that the Diamondbacks can really stay in contention with the Dodgers and even the Padres. And that's saying a lot too, because the Padres, wow. Fernando Tatis Jr., man, oh man, is your confidence shattered right now? And it really shows, because, wow, you have not been the same guy since Aaron Judge threw you out at third in the game between USA and the Dominican Republic in the WBC. You have not been the same. We are 50 games in, and you aren't even cracking double digits for home runs. Again, safe to say that your confidence is fucking shattered, my guy. Whew. Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of freaking fire. But, hey, obviously the Dodgers have the highest payroll in baseball right now. You would not believe who the second team is that has the second highest payroll in baseball. Ain't the Yankees. I'll tell you that much. You can hate on the Yankees all you want. You can make sure that they're living rent-free in your stupid ass heads. But it ain't the Yankees. Nah. See, it is the New York Mets. Oh, man. It must really suck to be a Mets fan right now. Like, look, I'm a Yankees fan, but I can honestly say that our last World Series ring was within this freaking generation. Meanwhile, you got people who are current Met fans who have never seen the 1986 World Series. You literally got to look it up on freaking YouTube. Now, did the Mets have one of the most insane lineups when they won that World Series? Yeah. But I'll tell you what, you need to thank, what was his name? What the fuck was his name? I'm gonna hate myself for not knowing it. Bill Buckner. That was it. Man, oh man. Met fans, y'all really need to thank Bill Buckner. Hang on. Let me double check. Let me fact check this shit. Yep, Bill Buckner. Okay. Met fans, look, y'all really need to thank Bill Buckner. That is literally the only reason that you won the World Series in 1986. Now, granted, the Mets saw the only two times I can really think of in my lifetime were the 2000 World Series appearance and the 2015 World Series appearance. That only gets you so far. Now, again, I'm a Yankees fan. We constantly make the playoffs, but I'll tell you what. Yeah, we make the playoffs, we lose, everything like that. But I'd rather have a world. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I would rather see the Yankees win a World Series in 96, 98, 99, and 2000 and 2009. Rather than just, oh, hey, we won a World Series in 1986. That is it. That's it. That's out. But that's not the point here. The point is, can the Mets, despite having the second highest payroll in baseball right now, can they find a groove and actually get themselves to finish with a better record at the end of the season right now, or at the end of the season? Because let me talk to you. The Mets, with the second highest payroll in baseball right now, they are currently in last place in the NL East. And yes, they signed Juan Soto to, I believe, a 17-year deal, almost the same amount of money that Shohei Ohtani got when he signed with the LA Dodgers. So, obviously, needless to say, the Mets needed to find out the hard way that with Juan Soto, defense comes separately. Defense is sold separately. And then on top of that, the Mets would go out and get Devin Williams. Which, my God, just at this point, the Mets might as well be the fucking Yankees minor league team because they want our sloppy seconds that freaking bad. And let me tell you, I was on the edge of my seat every single time that Devin Williams was put in to close out an inning or just close out a game in general. Well, now, Met fans, y'all are finding out why we just let Devin Williams walk for practically fucking nothing. So not only are you welcome, but hey, misery loves company. Am I right? Oh man, the fact that y'all are 5-5 and your last 10 games really speaks volume. Just as far as New York is concerned, as far as baseball is concerned in New York, just leave it to the goddamn Yankees. Just leave it to the goddamn Yankees. That is the only thing I ask. But we're gonna veer away from baseball because we got a little over 100 games left. Let's talk about the WWE. Oh my God. There is a dude out there by the name of Obafemi who has been taking professional wrestling or WWE wrestling by storm. This man is, I want to say, 6'5", maybe 6'6". He is pushing 320 pounds, and this dude is lean as it gets. I've seen this dude there, and I'll look at him like there is no way you are 320 and you are built like that, my guy. I have seen 320 pounders that got a beer gut, the same beer gut I got. And Oh my God. However, with the WWE and Obafemi, it's a clash of titans right now. With Brock Lesnar and, as I said or mentioned numerous times right now, Oba freaking Femi. Oba would strike first blood at WrestleMania and get the win over Brock Lesnar. Now, after the match, it would look as though Brock would retire and carry on to live his life. But whoa! Brock Lesnar pulling a 2026 version of what Mark Henry did, if you know, you know, was not on my 2026 bingo card. Because this dude, fast forward to 2 weeks later on an episode of Raw during an Obafemi Open Challenge, Brock Lesnar would attack Oba during his entrance. And whew, this man gave him 5 F5s and even ripped his pants in the process. Now, fast forward to Clash in Italy, where match 2 between these two behemoths would take place. Brock would go on to beat Obafemi with 7. Count them. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 F5s. That's what it took for Brock Lesnar to beat Obafemi at Clash in Italy. 7 F5s. So now the score is tallied up at 1 apiece. Are we going to see the climax? Yeah. Are we going to see the climax between Brock Lesnar? Are we going to see the climax between Brock Lesnar and Obafemi take place at SummerSlam in Minnesota in 2 months? Yes, the fuck we will. And I'll tell you one thing, I got my money on Obafemi right now because, look, this dude is a literal modern-day version of Brock Lesnar right now. Like, whew, he has got an entire crowd behind him chanting his name during his entrance. And if you've seen this man's entrance, it is nothing but pure aura. Like, oh my God. Honestly, yes, we will see the climax between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I honestly can't wait. But as far as the series goes between these two, I think Obafemi is going to take it. He is going to bury the hatchet between him and Brock Lesnar. I say Oba takes it at SummerSlam. He moves on, and Brock Lesnar gets the ride off into the sunset he so rightfully deserves, and then proceeds to retire. Not the way that he should have at WrestleMania, but we get a better version of what he did at WrestleMania. So, having said that, look, this was we're only 30 minutes in. It is now time for the two top 5 lists. And like I said, one of them is going to grind your gears the wrong way. We're going to take our only commercial break, but we will be right back in just a few minutes. We're going to start off easy with one of these lists. Then it's going to get crazy. Stay tuned, y'all.
to hate. Andrew Anderson spitting truth that just can't wait. Got a podcast like a punch right to your face. College sports villain taking it over the place. I bring the facts whether you like it or not. Dropping truth bombs, giving it all I got. They call me a villain. Well, I wear that badge with pride. Nothing but secrets they try to hide. Hard rock in my veins, rebellious to the core. I won't back down, won't take it anymore. The bad guy of the podcast world, that's me. Unleashing the truth, setting it all free. Unleashing the truth.
Nobody can stop me now.
All right. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Hang on. Uno momento, por favor. All right. So, I've been the biggest argument in the group chat that I'm currently in right now has been who is the greatest college football team of all time between the 2001 Miami Hurricanes and the 1995 Nebraska Cornhuskers. I will die on the hill that the 2001 Miami Hurricanes are the greatest college football team of all time. It's not even close. We're going to get to that in just a bit. And oh man, I can't wait to discuss it. But for right now, we're gonna take things easy for a bit. All right, we're gonna take things easy. So, hang on. Nope. Maybe. There we go. Okay. So for right now, we're going to take things a little easy right now. All right. So one of the best posts that I sent to the host with the most of villainous takes in college football or college sports overall, Mr. Andrew Anderson, he sent he posted a list of top 5 World Series teams that I sent him. And they were, man, did that gain attention, and it gained it real quick. So, but before we get into this list right now, I got somebody waiting backstage. This is going to be a good one, y'all. Brandon, how you doing, my man?
What's going on, dude? How's it going?
Can't complain. Beautiful day outside. Had a nice steak dinner with some salad. Feeling oozy.
Okay. I see you.
Yes, sir. So, like I said, we're going to take things easy before we get into the next list. So this, in my opinion, are the top 5 teams with the honorable mention. Top 5 baseball teams that deserve to win a World Series ring. Unfortunately for them, they ran into a better opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So for the honorable mention, I got the 2016 Cleveland Indians. Honestly, in my opinion, probably one of the greatest modern-day World Series series to ever be played. One team was going to break its curse, but one team was going to walk away still cursed. Unfortunately for the Indians, they were that team.
Man, I wish they still were the damn Indians. Oh my gosh, I can't
Oh, dude.
stand. Like, come on, man, it wasn't broke. Don't try and fix it. Like, I'm not
Exactly.
gonna get political, but come on, we all know how that goes.
Dude, I'm saying they should have stayed the Indians. They still had a great look for them. Like, you know, they had the Indian logo on their sleeve. It worked.
It
It
did.
worked.
did.
Another team that should have won the World Series, the 2015 Toronto Blue Jays. Oof, was
They
that
still had-
team?
that was still Jose Bautista was still on that team, yeah, or no?
Yeah, that was when he
Okay.
had that iconic bat flip.
I think that's when he was on the cover of I think it was MLB The Show. I think that year.
Yeah, you might be right. But yeah, unfortunately for the Blue Jays, they ran into the 2015 Kansas City Royals. That the Royals were just so stacked, and
Man, it just sounds so weird to hear that. Like, because for so long they weren't. You know,
Yeah.
obviously outside of the '80s and all that, but they struggled for a long time. You know,
they really did. They really did. Another team on the honorable mention list is the 2002 Oakland Athletics. They broke a record and won 20 straight games on a bottom tier payroll in baseball. They had a $40 million payroll and they ripped off 20 straight wins.
That's another team, man. Love the A's history, man. It sucks that they're not in Oakland anymore. Unfortunately, Oakland has no teams anymore. You know, when I think A's, I think of Ricky Henderson. I think of Jose Canseco. I think of Mark McGuire. I think of good old Riley Fingers back in the day. Like, man, that hurts my heart, man.
It really does, dude. Trust me. Like, I got a buddy. He is a diehard San Francisco Giants fan, but they are his NL team. For AL, he has been a diehard Oakland Athletics fan, especially going back to the Ricky Henderson days.
I feel like the A's are like the equivalent to like Cleveland Browns fans. Like,
Yes.
if you like the A's, like you love them. Like how the Browns like ride or die. I feel like A's fans are like that. It's hard to even tell if they even exist anymore.
Yeah, it really is. And then closing out the honorable mention list, I got the 2005 Houston Astros.
Man,
Ooh.
this one hits close to home. So my dad was an Astros fan from jump when they were the Colt 45s. So like way back. So I grew up watching the Astros because some people like in the South, they watched the Braves. We caught the Astros. So that was like my team. And they probably had the best pitching rotation in baseball with Clemens, Pettit, dude, Oswald. They had great closers. Not to mention the batting lineup, man. Freaking Biggio, Bagwell, Berkman, Adam Everett. Like,
didn't they have Beltran?
I think if Beltran wasn't on the 05 team, he was right after. But dude, like Skip. I don't know why I was about to say Skip Bertman. That's not Skip Bertman. I forget the guy who was the manager at the time for the Astros. I forget his name, but that was the White Sox were okay. Like, they weren't bad. I'm not discrediting them, but there's no way in hell. The Astros were red hot, bro. That was like a great team. And after that, it's like they kind of teetered on mediocrity. And obviously they had like drafted like Hunter Pence and they had some other good players. And then they really sucked. And then they had got obviously Jose Altuve and all them. But man, that 05 team was really special.
Oh yeah, no, and the same could be said for the 2005 White Sox. Everybody loves to just announce that they went, I believe, 11-2 throughout that postseason run. Their pitching was just absolutely deadly. But like, come on, you mean to tell me their pitching was better than Roger Clemens and Andy freaking Pettit?
It just had it, bro. I remember watching that as a teenager. I was so mad. I'm like, dog, like, what are we doing? We've been killing it all year. And don't get me wrong, I like the Red Sox. But, like, that was, like, the closest thing to a hometown team. And, I mean, the Astros didn't win one for another 12 years after that. So it was pretty much bummer.
It really was. I mean, look, I may root for the Cubs, but honestly, I was really – on the inside, I was really rooting for the Astros. Like,
man, I miss that NL Central. I love from the Astros with I just like the rivalries better, like with the freaking Cubs and the Reds and the Pirates. Like, it was fucking great. Now, don't get me wrong, they went to the AL and they won. Obviously, they won big, but I like them a lot better in the NL. With that division.
For sure. All right. So at the 5 spot, I got the 1998 San Diego Padres. This was if there was ever a year for a guy like Tony Gwynn to win a World Series, it was that year. Unfortunately for the Padres, they ran into the 114-48 New York Yankees that just were decimating anyone and everyone put in their way.
We don't. I mean, what am I talking about? I'm sorry. No, they had no chance. No chance. That's brick wall, instant kill. Yeah, that's done.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 98 Yankees was probably about as good, if not better.
Oh, yeah.
Like a modern day 1927 Yankees of
that's
Murderer
probably
Row.
one of the closest things you're gonna get. You know, and I'm not a Yankees guy at all, but like when I think of history in baseball, like that's like a team that I'm like, yeah, because I'm a big Babe Ruth guy. I love Lou Gehrig, I love Mickey Mantle, those guys. So
yeah. So coming in at number 4, man, oh man, I'm pretty sure he was still with this team, being Josh Hamilton.
Man,
The 2011 Texas Rangers. Man, did they deserve that World Series.
Let me tell you something. Like, so I was a King Griffey Jr. fan as a kid, still my favorite player ever. But like, second was always Josh Hamilton. I watched it live when he ripped off like 30+ home runs in the home run derby. The Rangers team was loaded. Josh Hamilton, Ian Kinsler, Jared Saltalamacchia, Michael Young, like freaking Adrian Beltre, freaking I think Prince Fielder may have been on the team if he didn't come on after. Like,
you might be right. Yeah,
they were loaded. Coach Washington, they went to back-to-back World Series and they lost both, and I was so mad because I'm like, bro, they finally got there. He can finally get a freaking chip, and he just couldn't get it done. I don't know how they didn't do it.
I mean, you just cannot beat the genius mind that is Tony La Russa.
I love Tony La Russa, but come on, man. Shit. You won some, bro. You're good. Go away. Go away.
You absolutely right. You get no crazy talk out of me whatsoever. Like, bro, La Russa, you won plenty.
Yeah, get out of town.
Let the Rangers have this one. And if that wasn't crazy enough, the number 3 spot goes to the 2012 Detroit Tigers. Did Miggy deserve a freaking ring outside of the Florida Marlins?
Prime Justin Verlander.
Oh,
this is where he should have got his first ring. But he didn't get one until he went to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
That Detroit team, I think, man, they didn't have Granderson anymore. I think he went to New York. I don't know.
I believe he did.
But they had Verlander, they had Miggy, they had a really good team. And that was who was the freaking manager? That was dude with the freaking mustache.
Oh, fuck.
You know who I'm talking about.
It was the same dude that was the manager for USA that won the WBC in 2017. I know exactly who you're talking about.
So now I remember the Astros manager. That was Phil Garner. But I cannot remember for the life of me who the Tigers manager was at that time. I see his face.
I was going to say, Jim Nealon?
Yeah, actually, Jim Leland or whatever. Yeah.
It might be that.
I'm almost positive. I'm almost positive that's who it was. Almost positive. I'm pretty sure you're right. He's got a big white mustache. I remember.
Yeah. Come on. There we go. Jim Leland.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, this dude.
I get the gist of it. You're good. But yeah, that's who. That was a good team too, man.
It really was.
Just came up.
It really was. But man,
I know you're really into baseball now, but like that was like one of the last really good eras, I feel like, of baseball.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit the same.
It really doesn't. And honestly, you got to give credit where credit is due, especially for the run that San Francisco Giants went on between 2010 and 2015.
Man, Tim Lincecum, Pablo Sandoval.
Oh, I
think they had Freddie Sanchez from the Pirates at that time.
Yeah.
I think Hunter Pence was on that team.
He was.
Man, like, very good team.
A hot take. The run that the Bay Area went on between 2010 and 2019 for baseball and basketball.
Oh yeah, they was killing it.
Oof.
They was having a good old time.
Yes, they were. But let's get outside of the Bay Area and let's talk about the number 2 team on this list. A team that very well deserved a World Series ring, the 2001 Seattle Mariners. They broke the record of the 1998 Yankees, setting the record or tying a team from the 1900s with 116 wins. They were primed to win a World Series.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they ran into the Yankees.
The kid wasn't enough.
Yeah.
The kid wasn't enough.
Honestly, I was going to say, didn't they have Ichiro? But looking back, it wasn't until about a year later or so.
Yeah, like 2002 or 3, something like that. Because at that point, Griffey was about to leave because he went to Cincinnati. And that's when Cincinnati had him and Adam Dunn. And they were freaking killing it. They were giving everybody in the Central problems.
Yes, they were. And I'll say this. The early 1900s. I mean, look, if you got to look at the list that Chris sent, it is literally teams from like 1900 to about 1905, 1910.
It's the same list that Chris makes for like these Vanderbilt lists of like 1912, 19. I'm like, dude, there's nobody alive from that point anymore. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm saying, like, he is literally our version. He is our group chat version of Chris Mad Dog Russo. if you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, to close it out, a team that definitely deserves a World Series ring. How? The Florida Marlins. Of all teams.
You got the Indians.
The 1997 Indians.
Okay.
They were stacked beyond belief.
How
the Marlins won that World Series in 1997 is beyond me. Because the Indians were that stacked.
Yeah, they were loaded. And
Kenny Lofton was the dude leading the charge.
Man,
God, did they deserve it?
That's nostalgia right there. I think of that, and I think of Major League and all that. That's bringing back some memories.
Yeah,
that's who they needed. They needed Wild Thing. That's who they needed.
Yeah, they most definitely did. But this is definitely a good list. But you know me. I've been in the chat running my goddamn mouth. It is time to talk about it. And I got receipts showing it. The top 5 undefeated college football teams of all time. Now, I went to B-Dubs earlier today for lunch.
Oh, snap.
And I ran into somebody that, you casually meet and you become good friends. You meet him there. Just one of those bar friends. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I told him about this list that I made. And he goes, oh, what about 1988 Notre Dame? And I'm like, oh, fuck. My modern day ass, I threw in 2026 Indiana because who'da thunk?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? I'll switch out 2026 Indiana for 1988 Notre Dame. Because, man, Lou Holt, bro. Look, I love Kurt Signetti.
R.I.P. Coach Lou.
Yeah, I was going to say, I love Kurt Signetti, but, man, you ain't fucking with Lou Holtz anytime soon.
You ain't a gangster like Lou Holtz, bro.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm going to kick out 2026 Indiana and get the list for the honorable mention. Started with the 1988 Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Whoo! They made a whole fucking ESPN 30 for 30 about it. Catholics versus convicts. Probably one of the best rivalries in college football.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. You won't hear no pushback from me.
Yeah. Next up, we got 2018 Clemson. Andrew, I know you hate the fact that Clemson was running shit when they had Trevor Lawrence under center, and especially Dabo Swinney was doing his thing.
Yeah, because that was after Deshaun. Deshaun had already got drafted at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they lost to Bama that year, yeah? If
I
I'm not
believe so.
mis-
Yeah,
because
because
they had like a rivalry going.
I was still in the Navy when Clemson had won the national championship with Watson under center.
Man, dude was great.
Oof, me and my buddies, we were in the lobby of our barracks. We were watching this shit. We were screaming at the top of our lungs when Clemson scored the go-ahead and winning touchdown against Bama in the national championship. Like, whew!
It's crazy.
Oh, man, it really is. But to close out the honorable mention list, I got the 1987 Miami Hurricanes. I mean, look.
That's Erickson's the coach, if I'm not mistaken, back then. That was before Jimmy, yeah? Or no, that was Jimmy.
No, it was definitely during the Jimmy Johnson era.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah. But, man, oh, man, 1986, the 1986 Hurricanes definitely deserved to go undefeated and win the national championship. Unfortunately, it didn't work out in their favor. So the 87 Hurricanes decided to go on a revenge tour and be like, we're going to just bulldoze anybody and everybody in our way.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a conflict of interest, James.
Woo!
That's a conflict of interest for you.
It definitely is a conflict of interest. But, hey, I got receipts because I know you talking about the 2001 Canes wouldn't survive in the SEC, in the 2001 SEC or even the current SEC. I came with receipts. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So, top five, or to start off the top five, I'm going to go with 2009 Alabama. Mark Ingram was the heart and soul of that Alabama team. You are not telling me otherwise.
Yeah, and they had Julio too. That team was really good. Cam will tell you. Cam will talk about them all day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very good team.
Faux show. And if that wasn't crazy enough, 2010 Auburn was not getting a lick of interest going into that season. Even Cam said it best as good as he could put it. Alabama versus Florida. Number one, number two. Who's going to win the SEC championship? Man. And he was like, man, that's a slap to the face.
Man,
but
this is where I'm going to push back, though. 2010 Auburn is Cam. There is nobody else.
Yeah.
And that's more commendable on his part. So I would push back saying that a great team as a whole. He just galvanized that team to just do bare minimum what they needed to do. And he said, just hold my beer, watch this. And he ran all over us. He ran all over everybody. And then he goes on national television against Oregon, and he does it to them too. So if anything, I wouldn't say greatest undefeated team. Like, I wouldn't say they're up there. But when I look at greatest single seasons from a quarterback, Cam Newton's top three. And you can't really tell me otherwise. He's there. Being able to carry a team of guys, I don't think there were any Pro Bowlers on that team. Little to anybody got drafted, I think. Maybe
I was about to say, the only dude I know that actually got drafted.
I think the running back. If I'm not mistaken. Trey Mason or something.
I was actually about to say, the only dude I know on that 2010 Auburn team that actually got drafted was Nick Fairley, a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
And he's a big difference maker too. So
he was. But yeah, you get no crazy talk from me whatsoever that Cam carried this 2010 Auburn team on his back. I mean, the dude was 6'5", 265 pounds. Who is stopping that?
He's too big. You're not going to see me. You got guys running the other way.
Honestly, hot take. 2015 Cam's MVP season has got to be one of the best MVP seasons I've ever seen in the NFL.
I wouldn't say top five, but I mean it definitely gets a look.
I was going to say maybe honorable mention.
And that's another situation of offensively, defensively they were really good, but offensively, outside of Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams, the only weapon he had was Greg Olsen. And Greg
I was going to say, didn't they have Steve Smith?
No, I think Steve was gone off. I don't know if he was still there, but I think he was gone because I don't feel like I hear people talk. We're going to assume he was gone.
Hey,
outside of that, they had nobody. Greg Olsen was his favorite target. So, I'm pretty sure that Smith was gone. I think he was in Baltimore.
What was his name? Mims?
No.
Mims Jr.?
No, not that far back. not that far back. He got drafted more recently than that.
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying like Mims Jr. might have been on the Panthers team during Cam's MVP season.
No, I'm saying I don't think he was in the league yet. I think
Okay.
he came after that, like later in the like late 20 teens or like, but
Oh, okay. I got you. But I gotta I gotta throw flowers your way because man, oh man, what an offensive nightmare the 2019 LSU Tigers were. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, and that is offense and offense alone.
and that's not even everybody.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, at one point during the college football playoffs, I think Justin Jefferson and Joe Burrow connected for 6 total touchdowns.
We buried Oklahoma 10 feet under.
I was going to say, was that the game?
Yeah, that's where they dropped like a 50 or 60 bomb on them. They freaking buried them. Like Jalen Hurts had a great year, Heisman caliber year, but they did not want the smoke at all. And then you get into the national title game, and Clemson comes out and they're playing well, and they've got a good game plan, and then they slip, and then we're like, let me slide in there, and I'm just gonna boat race the rest of this thing. But nonetheless, and they were a respectable defense. They weren't nearly as good on defense as they were on offense, but there aren't many defenses you're going to be able to line up that you're not going to be able to guard everybody.
Yeah.
And when you got a running back that can play in the slot and he can go everywhere, like nobody's covering that guy. And you got 2 number 1s at receiver. You got Thaddeus Moss, Randy Moss's son at tight end. You have Terrace Marshall. You have a great offensive line. Like it's going to be hard to contain that.
You got fucking Coach O, literally the assistant coach from the Waterboy. Nobody knew what that dude was saying anytime soon.
Everybody loves Coach O.
Shit, I even watched this team like, damn. Hey, do you think, Coach O?
You understand one thing he says. It's go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Man, that dude was about as Louisiana as it got.
He's from the boot.
Yeah. All right. So now comes the greatest debate of all time. At number 2, I got the 1995 Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about it before we get to the number 1 team on this list.
I mean, this is the thing. Like, before you even get to the crazy running game they had, dude, they have one of the greatest. They were just so great in the trenches. Like, the offensive line was ridiculous. They are pushing damn near anybody around. Like, doesn't matter what era. They were just corn-fed boys, bro. Just big corn-fed boys, bro. They moving everybody. And then
they were throwing them hay bales around.
Telling you. And then you got a guy like Tommy Frazier, who's a Heisman snub, who should have won the Heisman. And they're running that crazy option, like 2 3-headed monster. Like, nobody can stop that. They control the tempo.
So I went on this app I have on my iPhone called Copilot. It's essentially Chat GPT.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take this out. This is what I asked. Who would win in a college football game between the 2001 Miami Hurricanes and the 1995 Nebraska Cornhuskers? It straight up said there's no definitive winner because it is a clash of an unstoppable force being the 1995 Nebraska's historic rushing attack versus the immovable object being the 2001 Miami's generational defense and NFL level roster. It literally said it is a draw.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw that and I was like, you know what? I can't even argue that because, y'all talk about how good Nebraska's rushing game was and they were going to give everybody a run for their money. But obviously you got me saying like, nah, Miami just had that defense in them. Like, it is a clash of titans.
Mm-hmm.
It just really All you need to know.
I think the major difference maker that people aren't going to talk about is the quarterback position. Who's the quarterback for Nebraska? Tommy Frazier. Who's the quarterback for Miami?
Ken Dorsey.
Not Tim Rattay. Ken Dorsey. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
But,
no, I get what you're saying.
But I feel like that is like a major thing. Now, obviously, Nebraska's not throwing the ball around, but Miami's not going to run the ball in Nebraska like that. You know, like they're going to force him to throw. And I'm not confident in Ken Dorsey as a passer. I'm just not. And Miami's defense, yes, NFL level talent, and people like throwing that term around. But the thing that I like to say is, oh, they had this person, this person, this person. And I'm like, okay. So you have to be able to separate NFL and college to an extent, because a lot of these guys that get brought into question weren't even starting at that point. So let's separate that. So the talent level is still there. Obviously, Pro Bowl, all-pro level talent on defense. You have to look, and you brought this point up, is the level of competition that you're playing in. For instance, Nebraska was playing. I think Nebraska can play with anybody. But I bring up the SEC point all the time because, like, the Big East had decent teams, but, like, you're not going to get beat up on in the Big East. Like, you're going to get beat on all year in the SEC. And that's what I mean is, like, maybe talent-wise they had better talent than most of those teams, but those teams are going to beat on you week after week after week. So if you're just thinking of like a simulation-based thing, I think Nebraska is going to be a bit fresher because they're going to out-physical everybody else. I'm not saying it's definitively they're going to blow. There's no blowouts. Not going to be disrespectful.
This game between the 2001 Miami Hurricanes and 1995 Nebraska, this game is literally decided between 3 to 7 points, maybe 1.
And so, like, if I'm thinking, for instance, if you put that Miami team in an SEC, for instance, and people always say, oh, well, they didn't have to score anything on offense and they would have been 8-4. I don't know if you walk out with an 8-4 record in that conference because you're going to get beat on. Not saying you can't win games, but getting beat on like that compared to the Big East where you're not getting beat up every week like that, that's a big deal.
Well, here's the thing. So I also did some further deeping. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Maybe it's the next one that I have. If the 2001 Miami Hurricanes played in the 2001 SEC, what would their record be? Again, this is according to Copilot. They said based on all the available data in 2001, the Miami Hurricanes would go undefeated in the 2001 SEC.
I just don't see them outscoring teams like that in the SEC. I just don't. From the physical aspect, and your quarterback is not a good quarterback at all. Like, he is not outdoing some of those guys. Here's my thing. Chris loved bringing up, John Henderson from Tennessee. Come on, Joe. But look, Miami was a straight up NFL team playing at the college level. Like I said, like it says, 38 players total were taken from that team. Yeah, I agree. I just don't think you can use that as a measuring stick to measure the success they would have in a conference like that, though. Like, you could have crazy talent. They got guys who were on talent.
Who's guarding Andre Johnson, though?
I'm saying, I love Andre Johnson, but what I'm saying is, like, you have to be able to differentiate between college and NFL because, like, there are guys who look great in college who are bona fide all pros, and they get to the league and they burn out. So you have to, like, the leverage of using the NFL, but I don't feel like it should be as much of a factor because you don't know what's going to happen when them guys get to the next level. We've seen so many guys that come in and they're like bona fide talent. I'm not disrespecting the talent level they had because a lot of the guys were proven, but at the same time, you don't know what those guys are going to do at the next level, So I just think it's a stretch to think they'll go undefeated in a conference with much better talent that plays a lot more physical than a Big East conference that isn't really a football conference like that.
No crazy talk whatsoever. I mean, look, this is literally what we have to go through if we want to get answers to questions that we have in, a what if situation.
Now,
hell,
what I would have done in this situation, and like, I'm not critiquing you, but this is like a cool thing that I see people do is I would have taken anywhere between 3 and 5 different sites, ChatGPT, Aura, whatever, and I would compare just to see if you get like a straight. Because if you get a straight baseline answer, because they're not all the exact same, they're gonna vary. But if you get like a baseline, everybody's kind of agreeing, then it's like, okay, that seems a bit more plausible. But like if I'm asking 3 to 5 and they're all like, oh well, straight down the middle, this one edges them out. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of hypotheticals.
Yes.
You know, and that's not. And I like Miami. There's a lot of guys on that team that I personally like. Andre Johnson. I'm a big Jeremy Shockey guy. One of my favorite players ever. Like, there's a lot of guys.
RIP to the greatest what-if GOAT in football being Sean Taylor.
Yeah. And I mean, you look at guys who weren't even playing. Like Willis McGahee was a great player. Wasn't even playing on that team. So not to diminish the talent. It's just one of those hypothetical things that you can't ever really prove unless you have like a simulation-based thing. And unfortunately, we don't really have that right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, the college football games, they need to get on 2K's level and even MLB, the show's level. Because
if you can get rights to historic stuff, like 2K, for instance, I'm not even a big 2K guy. I bought it when it was like $10. But like, but when, and I guess it's harder because the teams are a lot bigger. You got to think a roster. You have to fill up both sides of the ball. You have to fill up special teams and all that. So you're not going to get the rights to every single person. But that would be a really cool feature. No,
for sure.
I don't think it's going to be in the game this year. But you know, if people complain about it enough, EA might finally get their shit together. But until they get competition, they're going to kind of do whatever they want because it's a cash grab. People are going to continuously spend money on something if you're the only option on the market.
Oh, for sure. And then here was the third and final question I asked Copilot. Like you said, though, I definitely should have ran it across multiple, just
to get you a better perspective.
Exactly. But here was the other question I asked. If the 2001 Miami Hurricanes were to play in today's SEC, what would their record be?
This is a bit more plausible because you're taking a team from an era that can play however they want to play, and you're coming into an era where if you look at somebody the wrong way, you're getting charged with a targeting, and you're not playing. And don't get me wrong, I still think the SEC is the best conference in football, even though we haven't had a national championship in 3 years. Just because I just feel like the talent, because the money has obviously leveled the playing field a bit, which I guess isn't a bad thing, not a bad thing, but yeah, they would freaking mollywop everybody.
Yeah,
because they're just gonna out physical everybody. I mean, well, I don't know because all their players will get knocked out the game. Like they'll all get freaking targeting because everybody's hitting the freaking knock everybody's lights out.
Bro, I was about to say, like, I think Mike Singletary himself in the 1985 Bears 30 for 30 documentary even said that, we would be playing for free in today's NFL because we would just be getting fined for the amount of that is literally what the 2001 Miami Hurricanes were doing at the college level.
I think of that, but that's how football was. And even if you want a more recent example, people will give people crap about Bounty Gate with the Saints. I think that's stupid. I don't think it really matters if you're paying guys to hit the shit out of people. Who cares? We're already getting paid to do it anyway.
It's football. It's a goddamn contact sport.
I agree. But like when you've seen some of the hits in that playoff run, when like for instance, New Orleans plays Arizona and they're playing at home and Warner throws a ball or something happens, he's gonna go down the field, I guess, to like push somebody or whatever, and Bobby McCray comes up and he cleans him up. Just freaking knocks him off his feet. And he's like,
or even Reggie Bush's welcome to the NFL hit.
Yeah. Or how New Orleans roughed up Brett Favre in the NFC Championship. I just made a video about that.
Crawling back to the sideline.
I just made a video about that last week. That was Sheldon Brown.
I saw it.
Breeze through a screen, and I played receiver, so like there are times where you're gonna get hung out to dry. And he floats one up there to Reggie, and Reggie looks up for the ball. And when Reggie looks down, Reggie's on the ground, and he can't breathe.
That man,
I
again, that man was literally crawling back to the sideline. That man got up, dropped down to all fours, and just started crawling.
That's a guy who, if he would have gotten drafted 10 years later, he would have been the face of the league.
Oh, easily.
Reggie Bush got drafted in the wrong era.
Mm-hmm.
He did, because look at his play style. Look how many guys play like him now. Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, guys like, and Reggie Bush is better than those guys in college. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
Reggie Bush was nasty.
Look, I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I may have hated the. I was going to say, I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I may have hated the University of Spoiled Children, but I will die on the hill that Reggie Bush is and probably is one of the greatest college running backs of all time.
Not the greatest, but he's in that conversation. I think there's a guy called Barry Sanders, and he was kind of good. But I feel like you. I bet you hated Matt Leinart a lot, though.
Oh God!
I know you hated Matt Leinart.
Oh, did I? I fucking hated that motherfucker.
Hey, the older he gets, though, I kind of like him. He's kind of cool now because he was buns in the league. He just wasn't good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I was like, yeah, James has probably got to have like a deep hatred for a guy like Matt Leinart was carving people up, bro. He was good in college,
bro. When I tell you the amount of hatred that I had for the mid-2000s USC football teams.
Well, look who y'all freaking head coach was, James.
Yeah.
Y'all head coach was freaking buns, bro.
Yeah. Nah, you ain't lying.
And then y'all had a quarterback who should have been in the league 10-plus years. And you know who I'm talking about. He gets drafted to the worst possible. I'm not talking about Jimmy Clausen.
Yep.
Brady Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
Brady Quinn goes anywhere else besides Cleveland or Oakland, he probably has a good career.
Yeah. I 100% agree.
He was good. I love Brady.
100%. But what's going on, Terry? He did play about 10 years, but that's only because the Lions, much like they did with Megatron, wasted his prime years.
It didn't pan out crazy. Barry stopped playing because he got bored. If Barry would have played like another 5 years, he'd have all the rushing records. Like Emmitt Smith, who? Like,
exactly.
Like Barry Sanders is, when you talk about the three greatest ever, it's Barry, it's Walter Payton, and it's Jim Brown. Everybody else can kind of fall at the wayside. It's kind of up for debate. But like when you're talking about the greatest, it's one of those three guys. Because all three of them
maybe, big emphasis on maybe, Bo Jackson has a solid argument.
Yeah, if he actually played the whole time. If he wouldn't have jacked his hip up, he probably would have been the best. Just the most athletic athlete we've ever seen. Freak athlete. He was insane. And
he really was.
Think about how Tampa Bay dropped the ball. If they just would have kept their promise and let him play baseball.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, Bo Jackson really said, like, yo, if Tampa doesn't let me play baseball I'm that big of freak of nature, they're going to waste a draft pick.
But sometimes teams want to call a person's bluff. But, you know, obviously we've seen in NFL history where, look at Baltimore Colts. John Elway's like, I'm not going. He didn't end up going. And then you got situations with Eli. And a lot of people put the blame on Archie because Archie took the blame for it, but that was all Eli that pushed for the San Diego Chargers thing. Archie took the blame for it, but Eli was the one's like, nah. And I think the biggest reason why was that team was a really good team, but their coaching staff and the management didn't get along at all.
Yeah.
They did not get along, and they had great teams. But and
look, I'll say this:
you got a couple rings, so
I'll say this: 2006, LaDainian Tomlinson was an unstoppable force.
Peak. When you start talking about the guys who fit outside of that top three, I was saying LT's right there, easily.
But honestly, in my opinion, he carried that momentum when he got traded from the Chargers to the Jets because
it was just too late, though.
Yeah, I was going to say what you will, but that 2009, 2010 Jets team severely underrated.
Well, all they needed was a quarterback. They had the number one defense. They had Braylon Edwards. They had LT. They were loaded. All you needed was a quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, imagine if the Brett Favre experience would have worked out. It didn't work out. You could have plugged almost anybody else into that team, and the Jets probably make it to the Super Bowl. They won't win, but they'll probably make it. They ran into us. They ran into us, and the infamous butt fumble happened. But,
I was going to say, once the butt fumble happened, it was the beginning of the end.
But I will agree with that Jets team was really good. like
Oh, yeah.
stacked. They were.
Oh,
really
yeah.
good.
But
And Rex Ryan never got another job after that, which is
yeah,
unfortunate.
it was unfortunate for Rex Ryan.
His brother's
Just
horrible.
he
Rob
he
Ryan
was
is horrible.
he was mainly one of the reasons why the Jets had one of the best defenses in the league. But all attention goes to Darrell Revis for the Jets having one of the best defenses in the league,
Oh,
and
you know who
Antonio
was-
Cromartie as well.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, about to say let's talk about Mr. 25 Children because he was he was a baller too.
I was going to say, let's talk about Phillip Rivers before Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. Mhm.
But this is my list for the top 5 undefeated college football teams of all time. I got the 2001 Miami Hurricanes at the number 1 spot. And look, I got to show credit where credit is due. 1990, it just, you could literally put 95 Nebraska and 01 Canes in the 1 or 2 spot, much like you could with Barry Sanders and Walter Payton. Just, it still makes sense regardless of how you look at it.
Mm-hmm. I won't argue.
So, but hey, man, I want to thank you for coming on to this show. Look, this was going to be a friendly debate.
You've been talking mad shit.
Hey, I might have been mad shit in the group chat, but at the end of the day, I knew this was going to be a friendly debate regardless.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I had to come with the receipt.
I don't want to bury you.
Oh,
I don't want to bury you like Kane did the Undertaker. I don't want to do that.
that's the reason I'm married to my wife. She's got to put up with my stupid ass.
It's okay. We both, I can agree. I understand.
So
Definitely understand.
Yeah, but hey, I had to come with the receipts of who wins between 95 Nebraska and the 2001 Canes. Do the 2001 Canes survive in the 2001 SEC or today's SEC?
Mm-hmm.
So, but hey, until next time, man, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. You're more than welcome, brother.
Hell yeah, man. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Oh, shit. Well, that's a lot. All right, brother. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your night, bro.
Hell yeah, man. Enjoy the rest of your night, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, you already know that it was going to be a fun debate. I was so looking forward to discussing the 2 top 5 lists that I have. Obviously, the top 5 list of MLB teams that deserved a ring was definitely a fun one, but the main attraction tonight was the top 5 undefeated college football teams of all time. And you already know I had to come with the receipts, but like Brandon said, hey, should have looked across, Copilot, ChatGPT, even Sora for that matter, to just, hey, let's get a definitive answer. But all we can do is basically, All we can do is basically base everything on a what if. I still like the fact that the 2001 Miami Hurricanes are the greatest college football team of all time. And man, oh man, when Brandon brought up the 2004-2005 USC Trojans, the same amount of hatred that I had for them was the same amount of hatred I was carrying for the 2001 Miami Hurricanes. But hey, Brandon, again, I want to thank you for coming on. Awesome time debating these 2 top 5 lists, or even talking about them. A big shout out to the 67 people that are tuning in for tonight's show, baby. Let's get it. So, you already know what it is. It is Friday night. Don't do anything stupid, all right? I'm talking, don't add to the population. Don't subtract from the population. Don't end up in a hospital, dead, or in jail. If you end up in jail, be sure to call somebody whose phone number you know by heart. Then, and only then, proceed to establish dominance quickly, all right? Until next time, peace